Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm doing a little god block here at my base, and tragedy struck. I had a whole bunch of wolves here spawn on the base, and so my sheep are gone. They ate them up. Sad. They left the cow alone, and I went ahead and pushed a duck here into the corner, so I've been getting eggs, which is very nice. But yeah, sadly, no sheep. But I've got a stack plus of white wool, so I'm not too concerned. I may, down the road, gin up some bones so I can at least make one of these trained. Possibly two, then I can breed them. But at this point, sadly, no more sheeps. And I didn't even get any of the green and yellow wool off of them. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. Nope. I was talking about how I wanted to get a bunch of the resources going. I went ahead and shoved these things into storage drawers just so that they're a little bit easier to maintain. And you had this before where, I had all the mysterious tree stuff and fertilizer. Up here are the good bits, the stuff that I need cores and whatnot to produce, because I want to make sure I have at least one, if not two items, because with netherrack I can sit there and make soul sand, and with snow I can make quartz and stuff like that. I just want to make sure that I at least have one, if not two of these in each of those. I've been processing some glowstone because I can take gold and turn that into glowstone. But not really any need for blocks. So when I get a block out of them, excuse me guys, I've been grinding them over there, and that's been working out well because that gives me 4 back every time. Whereas if you break a glowstone block, sometimes you get 2 or 3 or 4, and that's not handy. Now, there are 4 cores. We've already done the stone core and the warm core, but there's these 2 cores that remain, the sentient core and the verdant core. And I haven't been able to make either one of those. Now, the sentient core requires the azul ingots, and we can make those now. The glowstone, again, I can make those. Lapis, I don't have any lapis at this point. Now, to make lapis blocks, we need the verdant core, and you take lapis or the prismarine, and with this shard, and you get lapis. Well, I don't have lapis to make lapis, but I can make prismarine with, again, using the same verdant core, ice or prismarine. So there's regular ice, packed ice, and I decided, even though I've got the obsidian displacer, which is great for popping out ice, it does wear over time, and I was thinking, let's make some packed ice, because I can... Oh, maybe I can't... No, I should be able to break pack ice with my pick. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I can. Anyway, so it's 5 ice with salt, and salt was easily made. I'm clicking you white. There we go. You just crush a white brackish stone and you get salt. And it says 2 here, but it seems like some of the times I got 1 out because it didn't come out evenly. White brackish stone is brackish stone that you smelt, and brackish stone is this cobblestone around a shard of sacred land. And that gets you the brackish stone. Well, to make the verdant core, so if I go all down that route, I can start making the sentient cores. And there's all sorts of recipes that I can use for this. I'm hitting, let's click this. There's the thing. Stuff that I can make. I can make diamonds and emeralds. Yay. This metal diamond. I definitely want to get my hands on metal diamond because a whole bunch of things are gated behind that. Purple blocks, not so wild about that. Podzol, again, not so super wild about that. Weeping block? What the heck is a weeping block? What do I use? Oh, yes, I would like to get some weeping blocks because then I can make gas tears. Okay, definitely want to do that. What do I need? Oh, red nether brick or weeping. Yeah, I definitely want that. I can also sit there and make nether wart block and endstone. Well, not super worried about what to do with endstone at this point. That gives me the purple block. Well, if I went... Yeah. Not too worried about that anyway, but I do want that to make the verdant core. As I go back, lots of seeds, and I've been getting those from the wheat. Turf block, well, that's just dirt and the shard of the pure giver, so that's not too bad. Imprisoned light, yeah, drops from charged light collectors. Well, okay, another rabbit hole. Light collectors. Well, I've got the shards of the born might, I've got the nether crystal. I need more white brackish stone. Okay, so let's start there. So let's go ahead and grab some brackish stone. Excuse me, well, and we'll toss half in here and half over here. And packed ice. I really hope I can pick that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do some more work over here. Oh, I took my freezer and dropped it down. Oh, hey, that's... I've got 2 ice over here in case I need that. Let's just hit this with a little bit of water. Make me more ice. Although, is that... Oh, no, it's turning to night, so that's perfect. It will freeze things at night, whereas it won't do that during the day. Let's go ahead and grab that, toss that. That can go into the cool stuff that I need. Okay, so I need that charged light. I've got over here shards and the nether crystal, so I figured I could make 2 of these light collectors, which would certainly be nice. 6. Dink. And this will be 6. Dink. So we can toss these around here. I'm going to have enough for 4. Okay, let's go ahead and make 4. I need 2 more of you, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if I'm making 1, I might as well make 4. Oh, got too many. There we go. And 1, 2. There. Let's... Nope. Crystals go there. These are done. Gimme. All right, let's make 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so since it says that it drops from these, I decided to make some things. I made a gravity well and a hopper. Now, we had done this, the gravity wells over there with the collector. No, that's not the collector, that's the charger. But I recrafted the gravity well into these 4 minis, and they have a really tiny range. They have a range of about here. Because if I toss stuff here, nothing happens. But if I toss stuff here, it starts in very slow increments get pulled into these by these gravity wells. Let's grab a little bit of dirt. There we go. So I want to, I've been crafting stuff over here. Let's break that, and I'll take my hopper, because if it's dropping light, I want to be able to pick that stuff up. Here's my gravity well, and if I go plop, there we go. Now it's there inside the hopper, because this has a much larger range. See how it's picking it up, picking it up, picking it up, picking it up. Okay, so a much larger range, and it will just slowly move the stuff over into the hopper. So if these guys are dropping lights, then this will... Don't go... Oh, gotcha. These guys, if they're dropping light, they should get picked up from there, which is an easy way to handle that. So that's what we're looking at. As for, over here, I didn't mention, I went ahead and made, because I had the nether, the soul sand, I went ahead and made some nether wart, and I made some sugar cane. The sugar cane was just some of that mutation paste and any living thing, and I used carrots or apples or something there, one of the seeds, and that gave me sugar cane. So I've got that set up here, and then the nether wart. I've been tossing them all into here. Nether wart, yeah, it was for the mutation paste to get that, but you know, slowly growing it. How am I for seeds? 32. That means I could make 8 of the verdant cores. I may start, harvesting a bit more of these, because they will... I've not been needing the wheat, but definitely I'm going to be needing the seeds. So, there's one more over here. Gimme. Oh, he gave me 2 seeds. Perfect. All right, more seeds, more seeds. So, these guys are doing nothing. Nothing. So I'm going to sleep because I don't think nighttime gives you much by way of light. Because, hello, you need light. If these are light collectors, I'm assuming we're going to need light. So I'm assuming that these are going to, as they collect up the light, they'll drop out the bits. It says drops from charged light collectors. So I've got a way of sucking that up. Oh, there's a little bit of yellow in this one. I don't know if you noticed the difference between these two. So that looks like it's sucked up a little bit of light. Looks like that's the only one to have sucked up some light. Hurry up, son. Give me some light. Who's a good doggy? Oh, you're a good doggy. So I made 4 bone blocks and ground those down into bones. And this guy, the first bone, he got tamed. This guy took the 3rd. So the other, all 4 of my bones are gone. So now I've got puppies. And I killed the other 2 because I want to have sheep again when I'm... but it's been... Let's look at the sun. So it's been most of the day, and these guys are sitting here. They got yellower and yellower, and now they've got this border around them. But I'm not seeing any dropped stuff, so I'm going to break this guy. Ahaha! See? Did you see that? There. So my guess is that it says that they drop from these, but I think it drops from these as you break them. Do you not stack? Okay, yeah, you do stack. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dink dink. Bunk dink. Okay, so that will charge up a little bit more. Now I've got some imprisoned light. Cool. Okay, let's plop you there. And this is the turf block. So, well, welcome back, Roxy. Did I get you reversed? I did. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of these verdant cores. And now I've got a bunch more imprisoned lights, which is really good. But this... this gives me access to the lapis and prismarine, and I got to do that first. Pumpkins, what was this? Fertilizer block, okay. Slimes, I might make me some slimes because that would be easy. It's just, cobblestone. Is that cobble? Oh, that's a moss stone. Okay, I'll have to make some vines first. I don't really have any of these things to make mycelium. Yeah, I need to figure out how to... Yeah. Compressed wool. How many wool is in a compressed wool? 9. Okay, I have some wool. I've got like over a stack, so I actually don't need sheep anymore because now I have access to this. Cool. Block of skin hide. What's this? So wool to a block of skin hide. I'm guessing this is going to turn into... Oh, okay. I was thinking 9 leather, but 4. Oh, so that gives me access to leather. I can make pumpkins from fertilizer block. Cool. So this opens up a bunch more tech, and I think the first thing I want to do is do this. That's the shard of the pure giver, because I want root, which was the pure giver. This one here. I want. Let's go ahead and make 2. There's my packed ice, and now we're going to find out whether or not I can break. I'm not going to find out. Here's the little trick I do to get things like glass. Okay, I've got my obsidian displacer. It will do glass, but in case this actually breaks, and I don't want it to break, I have a little trick that I've been using to get these items back. Okay, hurry up and turn into prismarine. Because off the top of my head, I'm not sure if packed ice is breakable with a pick. What does it say? Well, it says pickaxe can break it, but that doesn't mean I actually will recover it. Because glass, I think it's... Okay, there's my prismarine. Okay, let's break this. And it's gone. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. But I've got my prismarine. The way that I've actually recovered stuff like glass or something that glowstone, for example, I will put down another one of these blocks here next to it, and then it'll pop off. But I wanted to... Oh, come back over here, you. You're not supposed to go. Anyway, so now I've got access to prismarine, and I don't really need that packed ice anymore. Had I realized that it would break that easily, because I've done very little with packed ice, had I realized it would have broken without Silk Touch, I would have just gone with the ice. Because it was so much easier, but that's okay. I like that there's a recipe for packed ice. All right, so now I need to go ahead and turn this prismarine, now that I've got 2 prismarines. Hey, come back here. Okay. Didn't get grabbed. Now that I've got 2 prismarines, I can sit there and turn this into lapis, and that prismarine burst seed. Okay, that's funny. Okay, we got distracted. I need the shard of the root of life. Oh, I've got lots of you. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. While we're looking at that, Roxy, you're right in the way. Burst seed. Oh, bust. I need an R in there. Burst seed. Oh, we got a bunch of burst seeds here. Crystal burst seed, prismarine, quartz, netherrack, snow, dirt, sand, stone. Funky. All right, what do we need? Stone. Shard of the sacred land. Okay, well, I just cooked me up a bunch more stone. Just because 1, 2, 3, 4. And shard of the sacred land, that one. Let's make one of these burst seeds. Oh, why did I not grab 4? Give me one more. Burst seeds. I'm putting you way over here in case you explode like those warm coals. Okay, let's look. There's no text saying it's going to explode, so I'm going to put you there. I'm just expecting it to go and blow up a big hole in my base. Okay, it's doing nothing. All right, so what was I going to do? Oh, I can make the prismarine, or not prismarine. I've got the prismarine, but now I can make lapis, and lapis is definitely something that I need as far as making the sentient core. I need the sentient core to unlock a bunch more. I think that will be all 4 of the cores unlocked at this point. So, yay, lapis! It did explode. Good, it didn't blow up my base, which is very nice. But holy cow, that exploded. So, this actually for 4 stone and 1 of those funky crystal bits. Is that all of you? I don't see any more stone. I think some got sucked up. So, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 54 plus my original 4 back. That's not a bad return for the stuff. Sand. I have no sand. I should make some sand because that will make me a whole lot more sand. Yeah, so if I grind up 4 sand, I can get me lots of sand. I'm pretty good for dirt, but I could make more dirt when I expand the base. That would be good. And let's see, snow. That I don't know if I have a real need for any of those. Quartz would be good. I already got the prismarine, but thanks. Crystals. This might be very interesting. That's a lot. I wonder what the return rate, because if I'm getting back, 54 of those crystals, that, in my opinion, is probably really worth it. So I may do that. Let's go ahead and put you away. And, you know, I don't need you anymore. All right. I can make lapis, which means I can make sentient... Should I do that right now? Oh, well, yeah, I was wanting to make redstone into diamond. Cool. And then diamond into the metal block. All right, let's do that. Let's go ahead and make... I need a redstone, and that will give me the diamond. This I don't need right now. Let's put you back. And let's look again. I need to make... Oh. No, I do need you, because I need to break you up. And I need some... And Azul... I've got plenty. Let's do 2 of these. All right, out of the way. Charge light. Why did you not make... Oh, I didn't hit shift when I moved the items. All right, so there's my last core, and I need this. All right, R, no, not R, U for use. I want the shard of the root of life, and then if I use this, oh, that makes emerald. Oh, cool. No, this one, I can also make emerald. Oh, so it's, no, that makes more diamond. I wanted to make this, sacred land and root of life. So here's the sacred land. Root of life. Oh, really, kitty? All right. I got a tickle in my throat right now. Okay, let's grab a quick drink. Okay, so I need this. Okay, hopefully that will stop the coughing. Make. Give me diamond. Come on, hurry up. Give me diamond. Come on. You know you want to. You know you really, really want to give me a diamond. Roxy's very insistent that I should play with her. She's been walking back and forth on my desk all this time that I've been recording. Either sitting right there or walking back and forth. Yay, diamond. Okay. And yes, I should be able to pick that. Yep. Cool beans. Okay, so now that I've got a diamond, put the diamond down, put the block down, and grab my shard of the sacred land. This will give me the metal diamond. And that unlocks a whole bunch of different bits and things from Hearthwell. Come on, faster. This is where having 2 makes it go so much faster, but I wanted to do this really quick on the camera instead of doing it afterwards. Make. There's my metal diamond. All right, so, and you also can be picked. Good. So this beastie, that can turn this loot kit producer. Okay, I need a bunch of those to make that. I definitely want to see what, because it says it produces loot kits, and I think it just randomly produces those, but I definitely want to see what that does. This makes more, which is okay. This gives me the raw soul steel, and I've really been missing this because the raw soul steel you cook into soul steel ingots, and now this opens up a ton of different things. The heavy core stabilizer, a whole bunch of tools and armor, which I probably will do because, well, durability, that's not a huge amount of durability, but the toughness, that's like diamond toughness. Tools, soul steel block, okay, separator. If you make this multi-block item, it actually breaks items up into the components, which makes me think if I take a sentient core and throw it in there, would it break it back down into the lapis and the glowstone and stuff? Maybe. Mystical ore puller. Yeah, I definitely want that. These dust pickers. Instead of going through and crunching these crystals and you get a random assortment of this, you can take this mysterious dust, put it into a bowl, and it will actually be used. You can use the pickers. Use. You can use the pickers here to pick out, say, I want this specific shard. You use this dust picker, and you have a better chance of getting that specific shard out. Heavy protection blocks. Yes, I will be needing some of that. And an empowered displacer. There's my silk touch. Okay, I definitely want to go ahead and do that. So I am going to process all of these into diamonds and the various things that I can. Again, I want at least 2 of everything so that I can make more quickly. And the stuff that I want more of, I'll make more of. Yay! 9 hours later. Okay, I've been delayed by a whole day because I died. I was gathering up a whole bunch of resources, and I was AFKing over there because I said, I want a few more animals because, you know, why not? And a zombie killed me. I came back after heating up some food, and I was going, what's that? You know, the information, you've been killed overlay was on, and I went, what? And there were my items were sitting there just around where I was, and so I popped back in. It said it was a zombie. The zombie was out here, and he was wearing my head, and he had my pick. And I'm trying to think, there was one other thing that I picked up over there. Everything else was gone, and I was going, oh crap. So I had to replace a whole bunch of things, and I built a whole bunch of So I processed a whole bunch of soul steel. Lost about 6 or 8 of them on me when I died. So I had to make some more. But I've got a pretty good deal going on. These guys have been going like gangbusters, which has been great. I'm breaking you anyway. I was using that to collect stuff from sheep very nicely. Yeah, you can see I got a lot of them there. I think I'm done with those at this point. But I wanted to make a few things. This is the anti-gravity block. So let's make a pair of those. If this is the gravity block that brings things to it, the anti-gravity block pushes things away, which is kind of what I need because I want to come over here. So we got gravity blocks, the Azul, the soul steel, the amplifying tube, crystal catalyst. I can't remember if I made that on camera. It's just all those bits. Anyway, I need these 2 here to make the mystical ore puller. Now it's going to consume 50 energy per operation, which is a fairly large amount of stuff. But let me go ahead and grab these bits. And this is mysterious dust. And let's go ahead and shove that in there. And that's going to do some percolating for a little bit. The other thing I need to do is I've filled and refilled this guy multiple times because I was coming over here getting, I've got more ice. I wanted to get packed ice, which means I needed 5 of these, which means I also needed 4 salt, which means I had to crush a bunch. This is part of the reason why it took so long, because this right here, I wanted to go ahead and make another crystal. And there are a whole bunch of different crystal components. I think the last time we did this was stone, this was glass, and I put a diamond in there, which was pretty good. What I want is another one of these catalysts. And why did I not make one? I don't know. Okay, so one of you. Yeah, it would be nice if I had an easy way of pulling the stuff out, but I don't. That is all of those, and I need, last one of those. I'll have to make some more. Click, click, make, done. This as near as I can tell, is as good as I'm going to get this. The range is 4. I could put a diamond in there and it'd give me a range of 6, so I could power things a little bit further out. The purity would drop though, so I would lose power the further out it goes. But I would get more power. I'd get about another 1,000 or another 100 power that could be stored in there. I went back and forth on that, and then finally said, well, I'm going to go with this, just because I want the higher purity. Not that I'm going to be using it right now, but anyway, yeah, and this is one of the reasons why I had to spend a bunch of time to process that, because I needed to make a lot of soul sand and get that going. Do I have everything here? I believe I do. Yes, I grabbed all that stuff. So let's come back over here where I've been AFKing. And I've got a little structure down here. So, let's run back over before we forget. Did this do its thing? It did. All right, so let's grab the bucket. The mysterious dust has turned into liquid souls. That's not creepy in any way. Nope. Okay, so if I come back over here, I need to put some of these heavy protection blocks, and that's more of that soul steel. I went through like a stack and a half of heavy ingots making this stuff, and I'm going, dang, I'm gonna have to make some more of that. So this grid here of those, I need an amplifying tube pointing down. All right, yep, that's what I need there. And then I need a ring of these heavy protection blocks. And this is where the liquid soul stone goes. I lied. No, this is where the mystical ore puller goes, right here, pointing up. Now I need the heat block, and these are the ones I had made before, because if you hit them with the flint and steel. Oh, yes, I got the flint and steel in my... Okay. You hit it with the flint and steel, and that will go ahead and produce the warm cores that we've been using. And then I need some light collectors. And it just so happens I need 4 of them, so I'm hoping I'm good to go as far as the rest of those. And the liquid souls go right there. Blurp. And then I need to power it, and I think to keep it away from that, I'm going to put the power crystal there. That looks kind of in the way, which I'm hoping is not the case. Now, what this will do is this is actually an ore extractor. This is going to pull ores out of the void, which is very handy. Now, the problem, though, is they will appear right there in that pool of liquid souls, which isn't going to do me any good. So, here's where I'm going to use the gravity blocks. I'm going to use 4 of them here, because that should pull them, whatever's in there, it should be pulled up. And then because there's more over here, it should pull it along, and then the hopper will snag it and drop it into the chest. Oh, let me steal that out of there. So, this only has 2,000. Well, that's okay. It can stay at 2,000, because I'll charge that up, because that will give me 50. That will give me quite a few pulls. So that's not bad at all. Anyway, so that I'm hoping will produce me some ores. And I'm going to need some stuff to charge that crystal with. So let's go ahead and grab all these. And I bet you that right there is sufficient to charge that up entirely. But I'm going to let that go. I'm hoping that that's correctly built, because I'm trying to... Oh, I know why. It's going to do nothing until these light collectors actually fully charge. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep real quick. And then we'll come back and see if that will do any work. All right, let's see how that's doing. Everything's nicely charged. The numbers have gone down, because it's not just the next... Oh, perfect. We just had some flying ores. I played with this in the creative world, and I found out that I needed 4 of these gravity blocks to really make this work well. One above did a good job of pulling it up, and then having 3 more definitely sent it over. Now, I had it at the same height as the light collectors, but because I want to be able to run in here, I decided to bump that up 1 higher. You can see we've got some stuff: iron, coal, glowstone, yay, quartz, and gold. Okay, cool. So this has been working out very, very nicely. Let me go ahead and actually steal that. Did you get picked up? Okay, that makes me feel better. Because I want to go ahead and charge that bad boy up. And let's take those 22 and shove that in there. Oh, please tell me you're not snagging all... Okay, so these guys are way too powerful for right now. Let's go ahead and break them and snag. There's the 4th. Okay, let's do this again without that there. Okay, so because these guys are teeny tiny and they don't have nearly the oomph to, you know, they pretty much work in this little area and that's it. And those ones have a range of like 4 or 5 blocks, but because they're all stacked together, they're actually helping each other out a whole bunch. All right, how many's left? I wasn't counting. Oh, there we go. All done. Pull that out. Come back. So that went up by, 1,600. So it was about, about 1,500 points on that. So that's not bad. Okay, I'm going to do an entire stack, but let's toss that stack. Actually, probably 2 stacks, but we'll start with 1. Alrighty. So yay! I have 1 more hit. There we go. Didn't want to hit that. I want to hit this. Kitty cat is sitting on my arm, and so I can't move my left hand anymore. Anyway, this is some good stuff. I've got all 4 of the cores going now. I have my puller, that's what that's called. The puller is pulling up ores, and I've got gobs and gobs and gobs of mysterious dust here in this area, so I've got plenty to charge up the puller, which is just fine. In fact, the stuff I've got here, that was like 1.5 clearing of this clearing, and that worked out just fine, and this probably charges up twice over, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, good stuff going on here, and that means I have access to a lot more resources for making stuff, which I'll do next time. But for right now, I've got the ore, and that makes me happy. And this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, playing a little God Block. And thanks for watching.